Example, let T be a linear map on V3 defined by T of E1 is equal to E3, T of E2 is equal to E1 and T of E3 is equal to E2, then prove that T square is equal to T inverse. So, solution. So, it is mentioned in the question, T is a linear map on V3. That means T is a mapping from V3 to V3 defined by T of E1 is equal to E3, T of E2 is equal to E1 and T of E3 is equal to E2. Then we have to prove that T square is equal to T inverse. So, let T be a linear map on V3, that is T is mapping from V3 to V3 defined by T of E1 is equal to E3, T of E2 is equal to E1 and T of E3 is equal to E2, where E1, E2 and E3 are what? Standard bases for V3. E2, E3 are standard bases for V3 to prove that T square is equal to T inverse. That is, we have to prove that T square of U is equal to T inverse of U for all U belongs to V3. So let us start its proof. We have T which is defined on the element of basis. See, here we have T. This is defined on the element of basis because T of E1 is equal to E3, T of E2 is equal to E1 and T of E3 is equal to E2. And we know that every linear map is completely determined by the element of the basis. We know that every linear map is completely determined by the element of basis. Therefore, it is enough to prove that T square of EI is equal to T inverse of EI for I is equal to 1, 2, 3. So we will prove this. Now suppose I am giving this as equation number 1. Then see, T is a linear map on V3 and you can see that T of E1 is equal to E3, T of E2 is equal to E1 and T of E3 is equal to E2. So we can find inverse map also. So from 1 we can conclude that T inverse of E1 is equal to E2. See, suppose I have taken T inverse over here. So this become my E1 is equal to T inverse of E3. E2 is equal to T inverse of E1. E3 is equal to T inverse of E2. So that is only I am writing here T inverse of E1 is equal to E2. T inverse of E2 is equal to what? T inverse of E2 is equal to my E3, and T inverse of E3 is equal to E1. Now if I have to find T square of E1, that means T of E1, but T of E1 is what? T of E1 is E3. So T of E3, and T of E3 is what? T of E3 is E2, and E2 is what? E2 is my T inverse E1. Again, for second one, T square of E2 is nothing but T of E2. T of E2 is E1. So this become T of E1. Now T of E1 is what? E3, and E3 is nothing but T inverse of E2. Similarly, T square of E3 is equal to T of E3. This is equal to T of E3 is nothing but E2. So T of E2, and T of E2 is nothing but E1, and my E1 is nothing but T inverse of E3. So through this we can see that T square of E1 is nothing but T inverse of E1, T square of E2 is equal to T inverse of E2, and T square of E3 is equal to T inverse of E3. From this we can conclude that T square of EI is equal to T inverse of EI, because we have proved it for all EIs, E1, E2 and E3. So from this we can conclude this for all I is equal to 1, 2, 3. Therefore, T square is equal to T inverse. Hence, the proof. Example, if a linear transformation T on V satisfies the condition T square plus I is equal to T, then prove that T inverses exist. Solution. Example, if a linear transformation T on V satisfy the condition T square plus I is equal to T, then we have to prove that the T inverses exist. So its solution here, T is linear map which satisfy this condition. Here T is a linear transformation on V that satisfies T square plus I is equal to T. Suppose if I replace this T by lambda, the eigenvalue of T is if suppose I am supposing lambda is eigenvalue, then if lambda is eigenvalue of T, then obviously lambda will satisfy this equation. So I can write lambda square plus 1 is equal to lambda. Now when I can say that T inverses exist or when it does not exist. If I am getting lambda as 0, then I can easily say that T inverses not exist. Why I can say this? Because suppose I am talking about matrix. So A is suppose my determinant. A is my matrix, and I have to find its determinant. If I am getting determinant of A is equal to 0, then we can say that inverses not exist. If we are not getting determinant of A is 0, then we'll say that A has its inverse. But there is one more condition, that determinant of A is nothing but the product of its all eigenvalues. So if lambda is not equal to 0, then we can say that inverses exist. So this is only I have to prove here. So can we say that lambda is equal to 0 anywhere? See, if I put lambda is equal to 0, then what will happen? Left hand side it is 1 and on right hand side it becomes 0. So 1 is not equal to 0. So by any calculation, lambda will be never 0. So lambda is equal to 0 cannot be possible. So if my lambda is not equal to 0, that is none of the eigenvalues are 0, then determinant is also not equal to 0. Then 0 is not an eigenvalue of this t. 0 is not an eigenvalue. Therefore, 0 is not eigenvalue of t. This implies that T inverse is exist. So this one is, I think, new thing for you. So remember always that determinant of any matrix is equal to the product of its all eigenvalues.